Hello, everyone. Why don't we start a chat? Introduce yourselves, girls. Who's here? You're muted. Hello.
Morning, Marianne and colleagues. I'll be the first to introduce myself. My name is Linda Mtwisha from South Africa, University of Cape Town.
Very nice to meet you. Can you say your name again? I'm sorry.
My name is Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Marianne.
It's a pleasure to be connecting with you all. What an opportunity.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Marianne.
Hello.
My name is Ayanda Bekwa. I am with the United Nations. I'm based in New York. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Matsidiso Bokole. I'm in Gaborone, Botswana at the Ministry of Defense, Justice and Security. Thank you.
Allô, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Moi, je suis Dr Fatoumata Diarra Diallo. Je suis de la Guinée-Conakry. Je travaille au ministère de la Santé. Je suis très heureuse d'appartenir à ce forum et je remercie les organisateurs. Mes attentes par rapport à cette formation, c'est de renforcer mes compétences en matière de leadership et de bénéficier des outils et des expériences pour pouvoir vraiment les utiliser pour atteindre mes aspirations sur le plan de carrière, mais aussi contribuer efficacement dans le développement durable. Je vous remercie.
Merci. I'm sorry, we're trying to unmute everybody.
Marianna, I will unmute from my side here.
Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. We have Dr. Fatoumata, who wants to speak. Please go ahead, doctor. Susan, good morning. You have the mic.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, good morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Dr. Were from Kenya. I am a senior lecturer at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. I'm also a consultant locally and internationally. I'm really delighted to be part of this great team. Thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you, Susan.
Thank you.
We have also Fatia. You have the mic. Fatia Slimani. S'il vous plaît. I think we can start now if you want, Marianna.
Yes, I'm ready. Let's start. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the personal branding session. Before we start, let me tell you a story, trying to paint a picture of why is this session important to all of you. So you all know when you're under the covers and it's still practically dark outside, you don't even need to be awake at this moment, but you have butterflies in your stomach and your heart is a little bit racing. You know, you have this big day ahead of you. You know, you have this big presentation or your dream interview, and you sit in your bed silently rehearsing your opening lines, and you know, any minute the alarm clock is going to go violently next to you and you will have to face the day. And when this happens, when the day starts, you dress in your power suit. And many years ago, I faced this exact day in my first job. I had this big presentation in front of an executive panel. And guess what? They are smart, they are hard to please, and they are very fast to judge. Then I knew this meeting could make or break my career. I had certain ambition to be relocated to a different continent at the point, and I wanted to join a certain team. And I knew how crucial this first impression I give in this meeting would be on the outcome of my career. So I dressed in my power suit, and it doesn't have a cape or anything. It just looks good, makes me feel confident. And I rehearse my lines. I get in my driving seat. I go to the office half an hour early, and not just because I want to be punctual and on time. It's also because I wanted to gauge the room and get a sense of the energy. And because I was not the only one presenting that day, I wanted to know what the feeling was and if I needed to adjust anything to my take to better suit the presentation air. And then guess what? The schedule moves along. It's my turn. I get up, I make eye contact, I greet everyone with a warm smile, and I start telling a story, painting a picture of a problem that we creatively solved and turned into an opportunity. Basically, I was telling everyone in the room that we created an opportunity when there was none. And guess what? It works. And next thing I know, I was promoted, moved to another continent. And even though this story is not very special on its own, it is, in a way, explains what personal branding is all about. So in under a few minutes, let's say seconds, people will make observations about other people, situations, or environments, and will turn these observations into opinions. And we do it so quickly. Add to that the pace with which technology is evolving. It's incredible. You can have an app for everything, but there are things that you cannot download, like your image, your brand reputation, and your professional etiquette. What I do is to help people define who they are And not just but what they do, but why they do it and why it matters to them. And when they need to show up, I help them show up, bring the best version of themselves that they can at the moment. So I think I have the best job in the world. To build a personal brand, you have to be dependent, or the pillar you depend on is trust. And trust cannot be achieved by the click of a button. To build trust, you need human interaction. You need authentic human interaction. It's the way you show up, the image you project, and the first impression you create. This ultimately tells people how you want to be treated, because people look at all the nonverbals, your body language, your attire, your eye contact or the lack thereof, if you're listening, if you're really listening, and the tone of your voice. All this is done in the fraction of a second. And we do this because, first of all, our imagination is so powerful. Second thing is our brains is filled with these data points that create perception. So you only get this first impression, and I think you get it. First impressions are important, but what even is more important is building this first impression and creating a relationship that is consistent. Your message is consistent, your impression, the people's impression of you is inconsistent. So let me introduce myself. I'm Marianna Aziz, and for the past 20 years, I have been building brands, creating communication strategies for people, executives, and brands to tell their story and to show up to the world, why they do what they do and how they go around their business. So this was my brief opening for our personal branding session. So as we discussed, personal brand is how you show up in the world. It is the unique combination of skills, experience, and personality that you want the world to see. It is telling your story. Your brand is who you are. You must define it, tell your story, share your passions. So whether you're a startup, an entrepreneur, or an executive in a big corporation, or a stay-at-home mom, it doesn't matter. You're a brand, I'm a brand. Collectively in this platform, we are a brand. And what you do is that you're not communicating who you are as much as you're communicating or stamping the value you put to the world. It is your value proposition. It is telling the world what you do best and how you can help them achieve their own targets. Why personal branding? As the story I told you at the beginning manifests, personal branding helps you stand out in the crowd. It leads to opportunities, because when people can see you and know what you're offering and how they can connect with you, then opportunities start showing up. It inspires trust, because people know your message, they know what you stand for, and they know why you're doing what you're doing. And you become visible to larger audience. Let me talk to you about this sensation, Simon Sinek. I don't know if you have seen him, seen his work on LinkedIn or any of his videos. This guy has a very simple mantra. All he does is know your why, explore yourself. And he has millions and millions of viewers around the world. And I think this is due to his simple message. Be consistent. Hammer on your message, tell the people what you're about, and you become more visible to larger crowds, which by its turn offers you more opportunities and trust from your audience, which is the one thing you cannot download via an app today. I mean, with the vast pace technology is evolving with, it seems that you can get anything online, but not trust, not your image, and not your professional etiquette. This is something that you need to build personally with consciousness. So let's dive into the topic. How to successfully build your brand. It's a simple equation. You need to know who you are, uncover your uniqueness, and then create your personal brand and create your message, decide the platforms you're going to be available on, communicate your brand to everyone, let the world know your story, tell your story, and then maintain this. The how part, in the second session, we will dig deep into it. So just take a note of this. All we need to know now is that we uncover our uniqueness, and then the rest will uncover itself as we unfold. So for everybody, I think we're 28 participants now. Let's all play a game. You see a slide of 50 values, I think, if not more or less 50 values. And for the next minute and a half, I will ask you to pick 20 of these values that you cannot imagine living without. Just go along with me, play the game. Pick 20, highlight 20 values that are most essential to you, that represent who you are. We'll give you time. Please make sure you do the exercise, you won't regret it. So pick 20 of the most important values to you, the values that define you, or the values that you think are essential for survival. So pick your top 20 from the 50. So let me know in the chat box when you're almost done. Do you want me to read them for you? Maybe you can scribble them down. Let me do that then, if it's not very, it's acceptance, accountability, achievement, advancement, adventure, altruism, ambition, authenticity, autonomy, balance, belonging, beauty, broad mind, calmness, caring, challenge, clean, collaboration, comfort, commitment, communication, community, compassion, competence, competition, conformity, connection, conviction, cooperation, courage, courtesy, creativity, curiosity, dedication, democracy, development. Can you see them? So, after you've picked your 20, narrow it down to 10. And you just need to get rid of 10, narrow them down to 10 now. Half a minute. I know it's hard, but pick your most important 10. And now 5. Just take a note of those 5, rank them, and leave this note aside. So let me recap for the people who weren't here, for everybody. So what do I mean by personal brand? And think about this. It is the intellectual, visual, and emotional impression people have when they think of you. So it is the intellectual, visual, an emotional impression people have when they think of you, their summary of you in their mind. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. Your personal brand can be so powerful and impactful. It can sell you, differentiate you, and set you apart. But you have to ask yourself, is the personal brand I have today the most accurate and impactful one for me? So this is the question now. Keep your values aside and ask yourself, is the personal brand I have today the most accurate and impactful part for me? And let me tell you this. There's a saying that says, we do not judge a book by its cover. And it's a saying because, you know what, it's human nature, we all do it, and we do judge our books by their covers. So let me tell you this, the way you show up, the image you project, and the way you handle yourself controls how we are perceived by others. As humans, we take an image, an object, a situation, and we start filling in the blanks. We decide what we want to see. So, as unfair as this is, people are making judgments about you from all your nonverbals, from your body language, your attire, your eye contact, or the lack of there, if you're really listening, and the tone of your voice. These are very crucial elements of your personal branding. So let's start. My 2 cents on why is personal branding such a challenge for everybody? It's because we don't know who we are, and we don't know what we stand for, and we don't know how we want the world to see us. So we panic. We do one of 2 things. We either ignore our personal branding completely, and when we do that, rest assured, if you don't control your narrative, somebody else is controlling it for you. The second thing we do is that we try to be everything for everyone. So if I'm not sure what I should be, I try to be everyone for everybody. And I used to attend a lot of sessions that talk about branding and brand communication and personal branding and professional etiquette and professional reputation. And it always left me feeling, yes, the talk was very good, but I did not come out with an action plan. I didn't know how to start and what to do. So now that I have the chance to give the workshop and share my experience and expertise with everybody, I decided that the first question we need to answer to make this session meaningful to everybody, to make it impactful, is who we are. And that brought me to the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. In 1999, Carl Jung created 12 brand archetypes. We still know them today. These are the brand archetypes that define every story. We all have 2 or 3 dominant archetypes. One is the most dominant, and then we have maybe another or 2 that support this one. So you will hear about the 12 archetypes. You probably have 1 dominant, and that doesn't mean that you wouldn't find yourself, a part of yourself, in each and every one of them. So in the first session, I will take you through the archetypes. I will give you examples from brands and celebrities that have been famous to present this type of personality. This is how they carried themselves to the world. This is how their brand communicated. And at the end of the session, we will have a quiz. We will leave you with the quiz in the break. Each one of you can go through the quiz, but bear in mind, every time you answer this quiz differently, you're going to get different results. So try to take deep breaths and be focused and say your most authentic response, so you get a valuable outcome from the end. So by the end of the first session and the end of the quiz, you will at least have the answer to this question: who am I, and how do I want to show up in the world? The way you show up in the world, the image you project, and the message that you say will be consistent with one of the brand archetypes. So any questions before we dig into the archetypes? Do you have any Let me check the chats. Perfect. So I see your 5. Okay, we keep them on the side. Observe the archetypes. Compare the archetypes to the values that you thought are most important to you. Out of 50 values, these are the 5 most important, crucial for your existence. So what I ask you to do today is just observe the 4. What I'm going to tell you about the 12 archetypes, and the information can be life transforming, trust me. So let's start. So Carl Jung gave us those 12 pillars and said that every human behavior is derived from one of these major archetypes. So first one is the creator. The desire to create ahead of the need, the desire to be proactive and create when there was nothing there. The sage, this is the wise one, the Yoda, the knowledge, the one that has the answer to all the questions. Don't worry, we're going to dive in each and every one in details and even strategies of how to communicate them if you find yourself in one of these. The caregiver. The caregiver is probably the first archetype you get presented to in life, because it's your mother, your father, it's the person that desires to be of service, that is giving and caring all the time. And then we have the 4th archetype, which is the innocent, the desire for purity, everything that is natural, everything that is unharming. The entertainer, so it's the jester, the one that desires to have fun. I'm Egyptian, and for us, entertainment and being funny is a big thing. So in my life, I have a couple of very strong jester examples. So I'm sure every one of you has some of them. Anyway, we'll go through the details. And then we have the magician, the one that desires to transform the world. We have the ruler, the one that puts all the rules and desires exclusivity, respect. And we have the hero, the one that saves the day, the desires for success. And we have the everyman, the one who desires to fit in, the one that goes with everyone, the easygoing, the simple, the explorer. And I have an explorer in my life as well, the desire to embrace new experiences, travel, be out of the ordinary, do anything that is a bit out there. And then we have the lover, the desire for intimacy. So do archetypes change over time? Yes, they do. In every phase of our lives, sometimes we develop a role. So as I was telling you, the caregiver is the first archetype you come across. You might be in some part of your lives as a mother, a caregiver, but at work, you're more of a hero. You're more of the person that rules the day. And that's why I'm telling you, you'll find a bit of you in each and every archetype from the 12. And you'll probably find 2 or 3. I have 3 dominant archetypes. 1 that is leading, and 2 that are on the same level exactly and taking the second role. So you will probably see yourself in many of the archetypes, and you will play a role in your life, maybe with different archetypes. But let's say today we're talking about your personal branding. So we're talking about the way you want to show up to the world and the way you want to show up professionally. So let's dig into them, and then more questions will come along. Our first brand, the creator. I put examples so that I don't have to talk too much with you, and then you can think of more examples from your communities and the people you deal with. So Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, what comes to your mind when I say these names? These are entrepreneurs, people that created the future. They are innovative, they are creative, non-conformists, they are authentic. When Apple launched, they launched with this slogan or idea of unleash your potential, unleash your creativity. They wanted to give every designer the authority to create and reinvent the world, if you may say. So the first archetype you come across is the creator. And these people come along and they are disruptive. You know, they have this reality field around them, because they're always looking into the future. They're always looking of how to create something new. The creators thrive in art, design, technology, and they're very good marketeers as well. So when you think of yourself, if you're assessing you're a creator or not, think if you get inspired and thrive in art, design, technology, and storytelling. And the brands that also, I mean, some of the brands that adopt this is Apple. Of course, Apple was Adobe, because again, it was the tool that provides creative people with the power to make their visions come to life. So the first archetype is the creator brand. And how do you apply this strategy? This brand creates authenticity, creativity, and freedom. If this is what you want to stand for, you will come back to this slide so many times in the future. You're not asked to understand it all now, grasp it all in a moment. Just keep the bullet points in your head. And then after we do the quiz, and after you know where you are, you will come back and see, yes, this is exactly who I am and what I want to do. So your target audience are a big fan of, they are not big fans of traditional advertising. They don't like mediocre products. They don't like to be one in a million. They like exclusivity. They want to express themselves, and they want the best possible way to present themselves. Creators appeal to creators as well, because you want someone to empower you, to put your voice out there, put your talent out there, and come up with new solutions, products, and design that focus on delivering extraordinary experience for you and for your potential audience. So, second archetype is the sage. When you say the sage, you're talking about the truth and wisdom, the one that answers all the questions. And to me, this is Google, the brand that I call my best friend, the one I go to for wisdom and answers and rational thinking and intelligent. One of the people that have a sage brand that is so powerful is Oprah Winfrey. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Sorry, here I am. We're back. So one of the people that expresses this brand wonderfully is Oprah Winfrey, the Sage brand. We're going to skim quickly through it. So you're always focused on building credible, trustworthy brand. You want people to believe you. You're a mentor or a coach. Your customers, your target audience, are looking for a reliable source of information. They want to know that you're loyal, continuously provide updated and insightful content that's useful for them. You answer the questions, you're reliable, they come to you, they find you. The Sage brand benefits from investing heavily in research and development. This is a mindful person who chooses to work with incompetent hire and could easily create their image with all the wisdom. The caregiver, and as I told you, this is the mother, and I couldn't think of anybody better than Mother Teresa. I didn't want to get a celebrity. A brand that adopts this archetype is Pampers, so because it provides softness and this emotional and physical support to your baby. The products and services and messaging and business model is all built on kindness and this type of emotional support. The caregivers drives meaning from helping other. This brand is moved to compassion and generosity. And your target audience are the same thing, the people that relies on support and that they need to incorporate this emotional element. They need your empathy. Giving motherly advice, coming across as maybe the provider and the protector. Brand archetype number 4 is the innocent. And when I say the innocent, the first actor that comes to mind is Tom Hanks. You know, this pure, natural, authentic, strong moral values, innocent brand are, they don't want to harm anybody. You find vegetarians, you know, the people that are in touch with nature. Brands that reflect a very strong, innocent outlook is, for example, Nestle Pure Life. Botanic is also one of them. The brands that only use natural products and like the softness and the purity, and they love nature and environment. So transparency is important. Your audience value influence their vision, mission, products, and services messaging. So people are looking into your values. They want to make sure that you're all natural approach, that you have no preservatives, you're not pretentious, you're moved by the protection and the purity for the environment around you. Sometimes they come across as naive or too out of touch with reality, but this is the brand, this is the core of it. And then the entertainer, the funny one, the one that takes any situation, regardless how dramatic it is, and turns it into joy and humor. The entertainer brands are extremely charismatic. They exist in any industry, and I'm sure you know some. The people that when they step in the room, they light the room with their passion and with their wits and humor. Charlie Chaplin, of course, you could say Robbie Williams was also a very famous entertainer brand, and I'm sure each one of us has an entertainer in their life and in their heads that they can relate to. An entertainer or a jester brand is Doritos, because you can see from all their messaging and their advertising, they are in the parties, they are the life of the party, they are with the young and outdoorsy, and this is the entertainer, the funny one. So the jester brands strive on having customers associate them with good times and happy memories. It's mostly translated into witty and creative advertising campaigns that are likely to go viral because they're funny and they say something that you can relate to, and it lives in your head. The jester brand using the right amount of humor to connect with their audience is key. I mean, humor is a substantial part of your brand identity if you're a jester. And you keep in mind that the jester archetype is not for every brand. If you're an industry that requires seriousness, such as a bank or dealing with financial data, a jester personality might just turn you into a joke, and it will definitely not incorporate trust for people to make business with. So a jester brand appeals to a certain segment, and it would help you out in a certain environment, but definitely it's not for every industry and it's not for every brand. The magician, the Gandalf, the Harry Potters, the Disneys. So the magician is a brand that delivers transformative experience. It makes dreams come true. It just takes you to this imaginary world, and it brings life to things. The magician can turn the ordinary into extraordinary. A great example is Disney. Disney is a brand that makes fairy tales come true. And even if you visit Disney World, it's like you completely transformed into this utopian fairyland landscape, and you're completely immersed in the imagination of it all. Like creators, this brand also focuses heavily on creativity and imagination, but unlike other brands, the magicians are able to deliver experience that are almost spiritual and idealistic in nature. So the magician is a bit of a transformative experience. This is a person that takes you to a different reality. The magician brand is best suited for brands who offer products or services that take their customer on a transformative journey. This archetype is ideal for brands in entertainment, hospitality, health and relaxation, resorts. You get it. You promise people the magic. You promise people that you will take them out of their boring life and move them and help them escape into this transforming experience. Brand number 7, the Ruler. The Ruler brand is the Rolex of watches, the Mercedes-Benz of the cars. It's the 007 James Bond of the people. So the Ruler likes to associate themselves with wealth, success, and they're often portrayed as more masculine than others. They might be quiet, but they're known for perfection and attention to details. You'll find more Ruler brands in luxury niche products, from cars to hotels, jewelries, watches. It's just a dominant, powerful air to those brands, and it strives to be the best and the very best in whichever veneer they are in. How to apply the Ruler brand? The Ruler brand should do everything to show that they are the leaders in the market, that they are the pioneers, that they are the customers should never settle for any less. If you're special, then this is the brand you're using. This is the customer you go to. This is the coach you train with. You know, even athletes, you have these amazing coaches that only train the best of the best, the gold medal harvests. And so these are the Ruler. You attract your audience by being the best, the world class, and the game changer. They look richer, more successful, more sophisticated than others. The Ruler brands would benefit from using colors associated with the luxury and sophistication, like black, navy blue, or purple. They also tend to use less words and minimalist designs and visuals, because they don't think you need all the clutter. It's like having my name is enough, having this thing that defines me is enough. So it's always like darker colors, more mystique designs, less clutter, less noise, less words. And we're in the 8th archetype. I'm going really fast, and you will come back to these slides. You will visit them again and again. And there's so many videos, and please do your research and explore more about brand archetypes. It's a wealth of information there, and it's life-changing to say the least. So the 8th archetype, the hero. The hero brand is a symbol of courage, the one that saves the day, the one that inspires. These brands wear a superhero cape, and their mission is to make the world a better place. Like Nike only associates its brand with athletes that are winners, like Serena Williams. And for us Egyptians, of course, our hero brand is Mo Salah. And these are the people that go in. You mostly see them in sports, outdoors, and they are bold and confident and ambitious, and people inspire them, and they work hard, and you know what? They save the day, and they're always on top, and they win, and they win big. How do you apply the brand hero strategy? Inspirational messaging, content that tells you how to tap into your creativity, how to become the better version of yourself, how to perform greatly, and what routines do you do in the morning and at night to make you the next Roger Federer or Mo Salah. Hero brands are also known for their consistency, because to win big, you need to put small incremental changes, and you keep doing this for a very long period of time, and then you see the transformation, and then you see the streak of winning. So this wow factor is coming from the idea of the background of the hard work and the taking the risks and saving the day. Brand archetype number 9, the Everyman. I'm sure some of you, maybe all of you, watched The Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith, he played this amazing role, and it's based on a true life story. And this father, he is the everyman, he is the regular guy. Simple, wants to belong, and they don't want to stand out. This is not your jester or your hero, or this one just wants to blend in. It's okay for this brand to be just the second guy, the girl next door, the normal guy you will see. But unlike other brands, this holds an elite personality. It's the regular guy just want to blend in with the rest of the society. These brands are typically affordable, inclusive, like Gap, IKEA. It fits the masses. It targets the masses. It just tells everybody we're not looking for the high niche segment. We're the everyman type of guy. And your approach to apply the strategy would be to appeal to the common guy. Regular guy brands need to be friendly, down to earth. You need to be approachable. And you know what? People wouldn't feel threatened to come and ask you questions. You like this comfort zone to your customer, your colleagues, and you're approachable. You're home. You feel like home. You're this comfort zone. So for these brands, adopt a leadership strategy to be highly rewarding, because it's more of a coaching and mentoring type of behavior. It's peer-to-peer type of support. While it can be hard to differentiate a regular guy brand from the competition, it is not that big of a deal, because you're consistently producing high quality yet affordable product that customers find value in. So they come back to you. Maybe Gap, Zara seem to be the same thing for retailers, but you always go for that because it's not just unique and difficult. No, it's available and it's high quality and it's affordable and it just feels good and it fits well, and it's not a hassle to be part or to talk to you or to approach you. So this is the everyman archetype. The 10th archetype is the rebel. I'm sure you all know somebody who just likes to stand out differently. They like to express radical ideas, services, and products, like Harley Davidson, like Brad Pitt and Fight Club. This is the 10th archetype. So you're partly motivated by angry. You like the chaos, the anarchy, and brands tapping into this market not to show their customers that they stand right next to them and they bring about a revolution. Harley Davidson does that very well. It's like they don't follow the rules, and we're different. We have our own rules, and our crowd have our own rules. I think Jeep is also a brand that could fall under the rebel archetypes. And for people, I mean, you could think of Brad Pitt and Fight Club, or probably your son or daughter at the age of 9 or 10, they're probably now the rebel's personality. The explorer, the Indiana Jones, the traveler, the outdoorsy, the Red Bulls, you know, the explorer brand also tie their idea with the sense of adventure. They're also looking for new markets, new endeavors, and new places and people to meet in the world. The explorer brands are risk takers. And they dislike being confident, safe, or stable. They like to move. If you keep them in the same place for too long, if you get bored too soon, if you lose interest too soon, if you really constantly need to be outside doing something and changing the world and changing your surrounding, then the explorer is probably one of the archetypes that appeal most to you. The last archetype, it's the lover, or sometimes they call it the seductor. It's the Marilyn Monroes of the world. And as the caregiver is the first brand archetype you come across, the lover you meet later on in life, because it talks to older audience, and it's explores their love for freedom, the pathways to self-fulfillment. Brands like Godiva, like Chanel, like Coco Mademoiselle, or celebrities like Marilyn Monroe, these are very strong examples of the lover archetypes. And to appeal to this brand, you need to be intimate, bold and daring, romantic. The customer of your brand in this case is looking to be intimate with the brand. He wants to belong to the brand, doesn't want to be left alone. He doesn't want to be unwanted. The people that appeal to the segment they want to be loved, and they want to hear from your message and your communication consistently is that you will be around them and you will keep this relationship going, and the aspect of this irresistible commitment to the lover mindset. So we've skimmed through the 12 archetypes. There's a lot more you can explore and do, and I really encourage you to go do your research and read more. I wish we had hours and hours to go deep in each archetype, but right now I will leave you with this link. It's a 5-minute quiz. It will take you to the end of our first session, and by the end of the quiz you will be able to know which archetype are you, and when we do, we will start falling in love with this archetype, and we will have built strategies around it, and we will go and tell the world, this is who I am. Let me open the chat, see there are, just a second, we'll do that. Now you have the link. Enjoy the quiz. It was a personal revelation for me, finding out my archetype. It had defined my message, the way I show up in the world, and all the non-verbal aspects that people take and create this perception of you, and the way let me try again. Definitely, it could be that you perceive yourself differently than others, and we're coming to this in the second session. How do you define your personal brand? Right now, from the quiz, you will be able to have an idea of the 2 or 3 brands, and don't take this as conclusive result. It's just an indication. If it doesn't feel right, observe your feeling towards the brand. If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel like it's who you are, maybe you've had this just off day answering the questions, that you weren't totally yourself. So do it again. Every time you answer differently, or in a different mood, you might get different brand archetype that pops up. That's why I'm saying keep exploring, read more, ask people more about what they perceive you, how they perceive you, talk to others, but we will come to that at the in the second session, the exploring part and why we do what we do. And when you're done, if tell me how you feel about the quiz. Was it insightful? Did it tell you what you already know? Did it open?
Marianna, we have a couple of questions.
Yes.
If you allow them to talk. Yes.
Yes.
We have Mandisa. Mandisa, s'il vous plaît, please. You have the mic. We have Hassana as well. You have the mic, Hassana. So
Hi Hassana,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? I love
I'm
this
great.
presentation. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very
My
much.
question is that, what is the difference between personal branding and being in a leadership position?
And being in a leadership
secondly,
position.
yes, because a leader, it's to my belief that some leaders are born, some do acquire the leadership. So in all some of the qualities that you portray or you explain so far, it's part of the leadership qualities that one must possess. So therefore, what is the difference between the personal branding and the qualities of a leader?
Okay. The qualities, I mean, personal branding has nothing to do with qualities at all. Personal branding is just defining who you are. And it's not about you, but it's about the value or the stamp you put to others. So you can be a leader and be a lover, or you can be a leader and be a hero, and you can be a leader and be the creator. So there isn't one type, there are many types. The idea of personal branding is to find out who you are and then start taking this, your unique set of skills and values, and use them in your leadership position to offer others value. So if I'm clear, I hope I'm clear, if it's not just having those qualities, but it's being able to identify those qualities and use them and direct them to offer value within your position. And you can be any of the 12 archetypes. You don't need to be the 12, you will probably be one or two. And each archetype from these can become a leader and will be doing very well. The problem is when we lead and we don't know what we stand for. And I think this is the 2 cents I have on on personal branding. First of all, the most crucial part, that's why I insisted on starting this session with the 12 archetypes, because if I don't know who I am or what I stand for, then I try to become everything for everybody, and then I lose my value. I cannot be everything for everybody. I cannot be the mentor and the jester and the creator at the same time. So I need to pick something that is most authentically me. And I cannot, how do I say, stress on this enough. You can fake a first impression. We all know how to show up if we need to. You can fake a first impression, but never ever fake your personal brand. Your personal brand needs to be authentic, to be accurate. It needs to be you. So having a leadership position does not automatically mean you have a personal brand. And having a personal brand does not automatically mean you're in a leadership position. You can be very powerful and have a very strong personal brand and be doing and be a teacher. And in this case, your focus is on developing. You're using your set of skills into offering the kids a different experience in education, and this is your role, and this is how you identify it. So there is a big gap or a big angle or difference between being in the leadership position and having a personal brand. And whether we like it or not, we all have personal brands. I mean, everyone has a perception. People think of you in a certain way, and this becomes your brand. Now, the idea from this workshop is that you own it, you own your message, and you start communicating your authentic self to the world. And by this, you're stamping your value of the value you're offering others.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Marianna. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. And we will have another chance to continue with Miss Marianna with all our questions and comments in the following session that will start from 1 to 1:45 p.m. today. So we will have a short break for the prayer, and then we will resume our session with Miss Marianna. But before we leave, I have some important announcements. So would you please stay with me for just 5 minutes to tell you about these comments? So Ms. Marianna, if you would like to close your session, it's okay. If you would like to stay with us, it's perfectly fine as well. So for participants, please, I would like you to fill out your evaluation forms. And I know that we have been trying to tell you that this is extremely important for the last week, but unfortunately till now, many evaluation forms have not been sent to us. So please, it's very essential. We have two types of evaluation forms. The first one is the session evaluation form, and this is important for us, for the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. We also have another evaluation form, which is the daily evaluation form, and this is important for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs because both ministries are partners in this program. So we need to verify your attendance by sending those two types of evaluation forms to the two entities in order to certify your certificates and verify your attendance. So please, till now, we haven't received enough evaluation forms. So I highly encourage you to do so. And our last session to be evaluated will take place on Thursday, 25th of March. Afterwards, we will have just 1 day of games. So 25th of March is the last day that you should evaluate the sessions. So please, we have our graduation ceremony on 28th, Sunday. So it will be very short time to fill all those evaluation forms. So I highly encourage you to start right now for those who have not submitted theirs yet. The second thing is that I would like to have a vote with you voting. I suggest that we split our groups, our big group, into two groups during Friday, 26th, so that we can play the games in just 1 day and leave Saturday off completely for you to continue filling your forms, watching the sessions that you missed, all this stuff. So what about instead of having games during Friday and Saturday, we will just consolidate all of the games in just 1 big day for all the groups so that we can play on Friday, but leave Saturday off to fill the forms, to watch the sessions, to ask all your questions, to prepare your certificates, so that we will be ready Sunday morning. I would like to know your opinion about this suggestion. So please let me know. Yes, you can unmute yourself and talk with me if this is suitable for you.
Hello, good morning, Dr. Hanan.
Good morning, Hassana. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome, dear. You're welcome. How about this suggestion? What do you think?
No, it's perfect. Let's consolidate it to Friday.
Yes, yes, I guess so.
Yes,
and
yes,
actually, we
yes.
yes. Thank you so much. I think
Thank you.
And most of us have problems in electricity, in internet connectivity. So it's out of our hands. I understand. And even till now, we haven't received except 45 passports only out of the 140 participants. So can you imagine people are still struggling to send all their documentation? And you know how important it is to have proofs of everything in order to issue that certificate. I assume you understand this clearly, right?
Please, hello, doctor.
Yes, sure.
Hello. Please, we wouldn't be sure that our passport have been delivered. So can you please send maybe email or notification that our documents have been successfully received?
Sure, but we focus, if you send it and we do not send you back an email telling you, please submit your passport again, this means we received. Okay? Because we are struggling with the remaining attendees that have not sent anything yet till now.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Dr. Hanan?
Yes, who's with me?
Good morning. How are you doing? I hope all is well with you and the team.
Thank you
I
so
just have a
much.
quick question. I
Sure.
did submit some evaluations on the event feed.
Mhm.
Do we have to redo those with the ones that you emailed us, or we
No,
just
dear.
complement?
Yes, exactly. Because we need just the proof anywhere, whether in the platform, but those who did
Okay.
not succeed so far to send them to the platform, we give them the option and we send them as docs files to their emails.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Hanan.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, who else? Yeah. Ayanda, who would like to ask me anything?
Dr. Hanan?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Wafa has just answered a question that I had in respect to online evaluations versus the forms that have been sent. But my question is with regards to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs form that was circulated in PDF. Is that the form that you're referring to that needs to be filled in daily?
Yes, the one that has been circulated was in PDF, but immediately I sent you the docs file. So I will make sure that the one that is, it's open and you can fill it with your computers or with your phones is available for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. We don't want to bother you just to fill it with hands and then scan it and then submit it again. We want to make it easier for you. We know that technology is already a burden, so we don't want to make it even tougher. Is there any more questions?
Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Good
Sandra.
morning.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, yes.
Good
Well
morning.
done. Thank you for your effort. Hello?
Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
want to. Yes.
Allô?
All right. For my forms,
Allô, je peux poser la question?
Hello, Sandra is speaking, please.
Allô, bonjour.
Hello, Sandra is speaking.
Oui.
Yes, Sandra, I can hear you.
All right, okay. For the forms, the evaluation forms, the ones that were sent first, instead of circling them, I use the green shade on them to tick whatever I wanted to tick. I don't know if that is okay. And that was what I submitted. Instead of circling, I just shaded with green. I shaded in green.
No problem.
All right.
The most important thing is that you fill out all the sections, not just part of them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So the whole thing.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. And again, I want to ask, yesterday, the network was fluctuating from my end and I really missed out. So I don't know how I'll be able to evaluate since I couldn't really connect. So I don't know if the videos for yesterday can be made available so we can, some of us that missed out in some of the presentations can listen and be able to access. Thank you.
Definitely, they will be available on the YouTube channel exactly as we did with last week's presentations.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Any more questions?
Oui, j'ai une question. Bonjour. Bonjour, madame. Je voudrais savoir.
En français, s'il vous plaît.
Oui, en français.
En français.
Oui.
I don't have the translator with me, so I beg your pardon. Sorry, I need someone to translate.
Ah, d'accord.
French. So,
Oui, allez-y s'il vous plaît.
Yeah.
Je peux le faire. Allez-y, c'est bon.
D'accord. D'accord. Je sais que la semaine passée, on nous a envoyé 9 formulaires pour l'évaluation. Et il y avait le nom de chaque intervenant sur ces formulaires. Je promets, je vais les remplir. C'est juste que je n'ai pas encore eu le temps, c'est juste ça. Mais ma question est la suivante. On a reçu un formulaire cette semaine. Est-ce que c'est ce formulaire qu'on utilise pour tous les intervenants ou pour faire toutes les évaluations, ou bien pour chaque intervenant, il doit nous être fourni un formulaire spécifique? Parce que si c'est le cas, en tout cas, moi, je ne les ai pas encore reçus. Merci.
Oui, une minute, s'il vous plaît.
Oui. Oui. Allô?
So,
oui, nous sommes là.
I'm going to answer your question. So now,
je disais que...
Oui.
D'accord, ça va.
We have two types of evaluation forms.
Nous avons deux formulations d'évaluation, de type.
One of them is a session evaluation form.
Une pour chaque séance.
It should be submitted after each session.
Vous devez l'envoyer après chaque séance.
Because in this
d'accord.
form, you are
évaluer le conférencier.
And this particular topic.
Alors c'est le sujet. Alors vous évaluez le sujet et la conférencière.
D'accord.
But the daily evaluation form.
Mais il y en a quand même un pour chaque jour, plus général, et pour que vous évaluez quelque chose de différent. Alors c'est comment toute la journée à ajouter à votre connaissance et comment vous avez et qu'est-ce que vous pensez pour toute la journée. Alors, on a une évaluation pour les séances et la conférencière et une évaluation pour toute la journée de la formation.
D'accord. Mais les fiches spécifiques, en tout cas, pour ce qui est de cette semaine, moi, je ne les ai pas encore reçues de façon spécifique pour les intervenants.
Vous allez les recevoir sur le mail. Et vous avez aussi sur le plateforme, vous avez sur YouTube, vous avez toutes les séances en vidéo. Ça va?
En vidéo, d'accord. Merci beaucoup.
On a répondu à votre question?
Oui, c'est bon, Merci.
Bon, merci.
Are there any more questions before we leave you to take your break?
Est-ce que vous avez d'autres questions? Ou c'est bon? Alors, on va terminer maintenant et on se verra dans 1 heure. Merci à tous. Merci à toutes.
Okay, so.
Hello, Dr. Hanan.
Yes.
Hello.
I've
not received. Are we to fill in the evaluation form for that Dr. Mahdi, the one that spoke in French? Because I could not understand anything and the translator was having issues.
Okay, I talked with the technical staff and they will solve this problem. And if we will not be able to solve it till the end, I will exclude this session from the English speaking participants. So it will not be a condition for your graduation.
Okay, thank you.
So I think now everything is clear. We have all the sessions till Thursday, 25th. And then afterwards, you don't have to evaluate anything. It's just the day for the games. So 25th will be our last day that includes sessions that should be evaluated. You should submit all sessions evaluation forms and daily evaluation forms, plus your passport if you didn't do so. And I guess Saturday will be off as we agreed upon, so that we can have enough time to issue your certificates, count all these evaluation forms and do all this paperwork so that we can issue your graduation certificates on Sunday, 28th. Thank you so much. And we'll see you at 1 with Miss Marianna with her second session today. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
خد لي تشات ما تقفلش.